Alright, episode 14 of Assassination Classroom.
Whew, talk about helter-swelter, am I right, boys and girls? Quite a heat wave we've got.
Yeah. Hey, so why are we hiking down the mountain again?
To swim, maybe? The main campus has a pool.
Why does she have a
In the
swimsuit?
opposite direction.
Yeah.
Hey, Nagisa. I heard you were a real badass the other day. Sorry I wasn't around. I'd have loved to see the guy's face.
He means my assassination of Coach Takaoka, which was cool, sure, but it's relatively easy to take a normal person by surprise. Besides, we're down to the wire, and it's still anybody's guess how we're going to assassinate him.
All right, class, feast your eyes on this.
Did you build
Your
this?
very own swimming hole. Compliments of moi.
It's weird when he does stuff like this. It makes him awesome, and honestly hard to wanna kill.
Not to be ungrateful, but this is kind of sad. First of all, I can't even swim. Second of all, this bathing suit makes me feel self-conscious.
You got nothing to worry about, babe. Take my word for it, plenty of people go for your body type.
I was gonna say it's a bit creepy if Kuro-sensei has literally separated his body parts and he's letting the female students hold him like this, which would explain his grin, but what I find even more creepy is that the guy's running around with the camera with a lens that's like... Literally, that fucking lens could probably zoom in half a kilometer and could probably pick up parts of the body I didn't even know existed. That is creepy.
Not to be ungrateful, but this is kind of sad. First of all, I can't even swim. Second of all, this bathing suit makes me feel self-conscious.
You got nothing to worry about, babe. Take my word for it, plenty of people go for your body type.
Gee, thanks. And plenty of people wouldn't find it creepy that you're using a long-range lens.
Nagisa? Oh, snap. You're really a dude. You didn't know that?
We had our doubts.
See, I was not out of place thinking Nagisa might be a chick.
Imura! Absolutely no running around the edge of the pool. That's how accidents happen.
Oh, sorry.
What do you think you two are doing? Absolutely no holding your breath underwater. How am I supposed to tell the difference between horseplay and drowning?
Because if they're drowning, they're gonna start floating. That's why bodies float in the water. If you want the body to sink, you have to puncture the lungs. How do I know that, may you ask? I'm Slav. Don't Marines need to be able to hold their breath for 3.5 minutes underwater? Isn't that one of the requirements of the Marine Corps? I mean, that's a pretty good exercise, and they do a lot of their exercises in pools. You know, full body armor and kit and everything. It's about 20-25 kilos, and they've got to swim in the pool and then go underwater and then swim and then underwater. Their training is actually pretty cool. You should look it up.
Absolutely no sneaking pictures! Put down that book and enjoy the water, for heaven's sake!
Wow, what a pain.
And just being a lifeguard really goes to some people's heads. Brings out their inner type A personality.
No kidding.
Type A?
Someone telling me needs to dial it back a notch.
I've gone through a great deal of trouble making sure this pool is in harmony with its natural surroundings. Proper enjoyment of it must be disciplined and orderly.
Aw, come on!
Super strict
Don't be
about
such a
rules.
stick in the mud. You need to loosen up. Did he just scream like a chick?
Oh, Karma! What are you doing? Stop it! I'll fall in! Are you listening to me? I said stop! Please!
Is he scared of water?
Are you okay?
Don't read too much into it. I just didn't feel like taking a dip at the moment, that's all. It's certainly not as though water causes my fingers to swell up or anything.
Wait a sec. He can't swim. Interesting. This might be his most promising weakness yet.
If you were never intending to get in the pool, why even bother bringing that kickboard along?
This? This isn't a kickboard! It's my afternoon snack.
Naturally.
Why does he hate the pool? You guys have a private goddamn pool. Use it. Man, I haven't gone swimming in forever. Like half a decade minimum. And that was like 1 or 2 times before, half a decade before that. I get that the pool's cool when it's warm, but what's the point? You're just chilling in the water. I'd rather be in my room playing video games with the aircon on. Vision time.
Excuse me? You're happy your grades are up? No, say that again! Don't think I heard you right!
Come on, these are the highest scores I've ever got. It's because of the octopus and the right before the practice exam after school slithery study session thing.
Whoa, whoa! You saying you actually showed up for that crap?
Yeah?
The three of us agreed no slithery anything, remember?
But that's the thing, it wasn't all bad. In fact, it really helped me out.
Are you kidding me? Fine. Care about your grades if that gets you off, you traitor. Fantastic. Now Muramatsu's fallen for that you can do it BS. Am I the only one with half a brain?
What? That's ironic.
That is awesome! Holy crap, you even got the flare sides right!
The hell you so stoked about?
Oh, hey, Taraska. So, you know how we always thought I was the only one here into bikes and stuff? Well, turns out Koro-sensei knows as much as I do about them.
I may be an adult, but I'll never outgrow the need for speed. I've dabbled in manly hobbies like this for years. Did you know this particular model can reach up to 300 kilometers per hour? What I wouldn't give to burn rubber on the genuine article someday!
Are you kidding? You could get this puppy to Mach 20 without pumping the gas. Come on, dude, what the hell is wrong with you?
Apologize immediately. Koro-sensei worked very hard on that to showcase his manliness, and you've just reduced him to tears.
Yeah, what'd she say?
You're talking to me and all I hear is a swarm of freaking locusts. It's time for some pest control!
What the? Is that
What's
a
up his
bug?
ass?
That does it. I enjoy a good prank as much as the next
Get
man.
those disgusting things the hell off.
You're a monster, you hear me? A freak of nature. Anyone who falls for your nice guy act is stupid. That's right.
I don't know what's got your jock in a tangle today. But if he's such a monster, why not man up and kill him? I mean, last I checked, that is what we're supposed to do here.
You aiming to start something with me, tough guy? 'Cause I wanted to bash your stupid head in since the moment you
A little advice, you got this backwards. You gotta bash my head in before you can run your mouth.
Let go of me! You're all a bunch of freaks!
Wow, what crawled up his butt?
I don't know. Maybe he just does it for the attention.
Probably. Probably unhappy house. Unhappy home.
Earth on the brink. Students training to be assassins like we're in some kind of self-improvement camp. Give me one good reason why I should care about any of this.
Are you-
I'm not just gonna smile and fall in line with the herd. I do things my way.
Are you fucking the
Nicely
pool?
done. Here, you've earned it.
What?
Phase 1 of my plan is complete.
Now these guys have the right idea.
The
Seriously?
octopus has an excellent sense of smell, hence why we dare not lay the groundwork for Itona's return ourselves. Had he picked up even a trace of our scent, the game would have been spoiled. I sympathize with your feelings on the matter, Ryoma Terasaka, believe me, and I advise you to relax. You have but to follow my plan to the letter. The freak of nature will be dead, and E-Class restored to its former insignificance.
I know you. You're weaker than the red-headed one by far. Your physique says otherwise, but I see. Those eyes are a dead giveaway. You have sight but no vision. The only thing you see is the path of least resistance.
Oof.
The wolf has eyes for prey, the cow has eyes for hay. One of them's a killer, the other his buffet.
What the hell is that supposed to
There,
mean?
there. Calm yourself. We're counting on you tomorrow.
Wow.
Okay, could you please stop? This crying business is ridiculous.
Excuse me, for your information, these are my nostrils. I'm not crying, my nose is running.
How am I supposed to know that?
For some reason, my sinuses have been running amok since yesterday.
That's disgusting.
Jessica, thank heaven! I had this awful feeling you abandoned our class for good!
The so-called bug bomb you set off in class was in fact a canister of concentrated pollen-like allergens, specifically designed to blunt our foe's senses. Now we move to phase 2.
So, Octopus, I think it's time we stop messing around and killed you for real. Come by the pool after class. We all know your big weakness is water. Don't we now? Hey, it's all right. You guys can come too. You can watch while I shove them in. You can even help me out.
Where's this coming from? You make fun of our attempts, and now you expect us to be on board with yours? Dude, you pride yourself on having the worst attitude in this class. Give me one good reason why any of us should help you.
Whatever. Suit yourself, man. I didn't want to share the prize money with you deadasses anyway.
The hell is his deal all of a sudden?
The guy's mood swings are too much for me.
Guys, spot the product placement. Spot it! Spot it!
The hell is his deal all of a sudden?
The guy's mood swings are too much for me.
Exactly. Count me out.
Coca-Cola's not blue and white. Coca-Cola's red and white.
Yeah, me too.
Let's all go. It'll be fun. What the? It's not as hardening and locking us to the floor. Jurassica's finally showing some initiative. We have to be supported. I realize he's been rather difficult in the past, but this is everyone's chance to kill and make up. Why are you so gross?
Tarasica, hold
fuck?
up.
Huh?
Are you for real about this or what?
You tell me, man. Does it look like I'm joking?
I'm just saying, if you've got a plan, let the rest of us in on it and we might be able to...
Shut up! Damn, you people make me sick, you know that? Always huddling together, terrified to make a move on your own. I ain't like the rest of you.
I just have one question for you, Real. If you call the anime that we're currently watching and enjoying shit, what makes you think that we will agree with your suggestion to watch another one if we've already demonstrated that our tastes in anime doesn't align? Just saying. Logical question. Get back to me on that one.
I have vision. A wolf's got eyes for prey, a cow's got eyes for hay.
All right then. Guess he knows what he's doing. Still, it seems like he's more confident in his plan than in himself. I mean, the wolf's got eyes for prey? Seriously? No way he came up with that on his own.
Yeah, there we go. Everybody stay spread out like that, nice and far apart.
Yeah, we get it, thanks.
I'm not so sure about this plan of yours. It's highly unlikely we'll get Koro-sensei in the water against his
How
will.
unlikely is it that I get you in the water against your will?
Look at him. We cooperate and the jerk goes power mad. Yeah.
Why the fuck would you cooperate with that asshole? I wouldn't. I'd tell him to shove it up his ass. Or maybe they just really want the money.
Yeah, sort of reminds me of the way you used to push people around back in second year.
Aha! So I assume the idea is to push me in the water and have everyone converge on me with their knives. Have you worked out how to actually push me in? It's only good sportsmanship to tell you that fancy pistol of yours won't do the trick.
Okay, this is fucking stupid. Why do they have knives and not pistols? I mean, I get that the knife is used for stabbing, and if he's in the water and can't swim, he's just gonna float there aimlessly and flailing like a fish. But their movement speed is slowed in the water, and the pistols can't hurt them. So why aren't they using pistols anyway? Why don't they have people on the outside of the pool with the pistols and people inside with pistols? It's hard to shoot underwater? Okay, fair enough. In that case, why don't you have some people with pistols and some people with knives? Yeah, whatever. I don't think this is a proper assassination attempt anyway. This is just to get him in the water.
This is not a gun, but rather a special transmitter that will alert us to when all the pieces are in place. Once your classmates are in position, pull the trigger. We'll take it from there.
Best say your prayers, monster. This is it.
I'm ready when you are. My sinuses have even been cleared.
For the record, I've always hated you with a passion.
His sinus has been cleared. Fucking GG, he can smell the guy.
I couldn't wait for you to up and disappear.
Damn it, he even told you his sinuses are clear. You should have bought the mission.
Oh, I'm well aware. Methinks we should have a little sit-down after this, talk out our differences.
And he's gloating. He knows what's coming. GG, you've already failed.
This'll wipe that smile off his face. Etana, you're up! What? Children!
Help! Surely you can't just leave these poor young people to drown, can you?
What the hell, man?
Oof.
They never told me. They never told me about this.
Oof. Played.
There's a waterfall up ahead! If they go over it, they're doomed!
He can't rescue them without getting wet, and by the time he saves them all, his fingers will be swollen.
Normally, he'd use his mucus as a protective barrier against water.
Normally, yes. In fact, his mucus can gelatinize water, modifying the permeation pressure. But alas, his mucus stores have run dry.
Well played.
This can't be good.
I didn't do it. This wasn't part of the deal. Itana was just supposed to help me push him in, that was all.
You never had a plan, did you? Just let yourself be strung along by someone else, a pawn in a game you don't know the rules to.
Listen to me, damn it! It's not my fault! Come on, you know I'd never sign up for something like this. I was played for an idiot! I'm not the one who swept them all away!
Oof.
Hey, idiot, the only person who got swept away here is you. You've got two choices. Keep making excuses to cover your ass, or find a way to fix this.
Lucky he didn't get knocked out.
Last one, thank goodness!
Lovely to see you again, Koro-sensei. Ordinary water is bad enough, isn't it? Worse still is water treated with a chemical agent designed to slow you down.
GG.
Your own student saw to it that things went swimmingly.
Itona!
How's it going, brother? I believe you and me are slated for a friendly little rematch.
I always thought of myself as strong. I singled out the wimps and made sure to put them under my thumb. Great way to feel like a boss.
Wait a minute. How does that make you strong by fighting weaker people? Isn't strength fighting stronger people and dominating them? God damn it. Classic bully syndrome.
But at this school, none of the usual tricks landed worth a damn.
Yo, let's ditch next period and hit up the convenience store.
Yeah, no. I'm sorry, man. I've got to study up for my English exam.
Lighten up! Skipping one class ain't gonna matter that much.
Does the ape not want to play hooky by himself?
What?
Here, no one ever caved. No one respected me.
You need to get with the times, bro. The alpha male crap might have worked in middle school, but it's a different story now. Once you're pushed to E class, you're nothing. And nobody's as scared of you as they are of that.
Your grades have been in a downward spiral all year. One of these days, you're in for a rude awakening. People like me will be throwing rocks at people like you.
That's when the reality of it hit me. When I realized my tough guy act was a joke to these people.
You know what's fucked? This entire school system is built on a pyramid structure. They're all shitting on the people below them, even though the people above them are shitting on them. And the principal is on top of that pyramid shitting on literally everybody. That's fucked. And surprisingly accurate.
I was through. No one would ever take me seriously again. All the dweebs and jerk-offs I used to push around would grow up to be big shots. They'd run the show, and shiftless dumbasses like me would be under their thumb. When I first got put into E-class, I figured, hey, no prob. Everyone's the same as me. I can afford not to care. But then he showed up. Out of nowhere, things changed again. Suddenly, we had a goal, a purpose. And now here I am, a lazy good-for-nothing chump with no future, caught up in someone else's master plan. Damn it!
He's fast and rather stronger than I recall.
We reduced the number of tentacles, focusing the speed and power in those remaining. Now even a simple child can master them.
This is unreal!
That's maybe a foot of water. Can it seriously throw him off that much?
The water ain't his only problem.
You've got some nerve.
Look, he just saved you from drowning. He can't go all out because he's spent. And his attention's still divided.
Oh no! That branch can't support Hara's weight!
She's too thick for that branch! And her name's Haru. Don't tell Haru.
And his attention's still divided.
Oh no! That branch can't support Hara's weight! She's gonna fall!
He can't focus on the fight because he's too worried about them.
Especially her. That fatty will be toast soon.
We have to help!
How?
Wait, hold on a sec. This wasn't even your plan, was it? You got roped into this.
Like a head of cattle. But hey, that's what happens when you got sight and no vision. Some smart-ass wolf comes along and before you know it, you're on the menu.
I love how this guy doesn't even come up with his own, like, sayings. He just copies what he heard from the other kid. Seriously, dude. Seriously.
Thing is, though, if I'm gonna be played, I pick the tune. I've had it up to here with these jerks, and the idea of them getting the prize money, don't get me started. You're a smart dude, Karma. You be the puppet master and I'll be the puppet. Come up with something awesome. If you're the brains, then I'm the brawn. You got it? Give me a plan and I'll save every one of them, Fatty and the monster included.
I don't know. Sure you want to be my lackey? I'm pretty devious. You might get killed.
Oh, big deal. Devious I can handle. Just make sure you've got a vision.
Now, Itona,
Did he just
strike
undress
the
him?
killing blow.
What's up?
Can I help you?
Excuse me, why does he have an 8-pack? The fuck? Why doesn't this guy, like, I don't know, become a fitness model or something? You've got a fucking 8-pack! A fucking 8-pack! Like, a 6-pack is hard enough. You got an 8-pack! Fucking go into modeling or some shit. And if that doesn't work, become a porn actor. It doesn't take brains. You've got an 8-pack!
So, bet you jerks think you played me pretty good.
Does that wound your ego? There's something to be said for being the perfect foil, my friend. Or are you suddenly upset we endanger the classmates you care nothing for?
Laugh it up, man! Payback's about to be a real bitch! Itana, you and me one-on-one right now!
Don't be ridiculous, Tarasaka! He'll throttle you!
I wasn't talking to you, Tentacles!
He's tapped into his inner hero. Shut him.
What the fuck is this? What? You know what? This is gonna get a screenshot. This is gonna be the fucking thumbnail. I don't care. This is the thumbnail. This is just too good. This is just too good. This is just some good shit. Seriously, what the fuck? That is just too good.
He's tapped into his inner hero. Shut him down, Itona. For good.
What have you done? No worries. They're not gonna kill a student. We're too valuable alive. As long as we're in danger, Koro-sensei can't concentrate on the fight. Even Hara isn't that bad off. If she falls, either he or Itana is bound to catch her. It may look like he's in over his head, but Tarasaka knows exactly what to expect. Tentacle Boy will try to knock him unconscious, but if he grabs on and rides it out, we're good.
That's an impressive grip you've got there. Let's see if it holds up under another lashing.
That's yesterday's shirt. The one he had on when he bug-bombed the class. Unless he did laundry last night, there's still some residue on it from whatever weird chemical was in that can. I figured if it affected Koro-sensei, it'll affect Itana. And there you go. Now Tentacle Boy's distracted and the octopus has a chance to rescue Hara. You gotta love a good plan.
Yoshida! Muramatsu! Give us a nice big splash, okay?
He's out of his mind.
I like it. Logically, the two of them have the exact same weaknesses. Easy. Turn the kid's own tactics against him and voila.
Yeah!
Excuse me, but are the kids actually diving into water that the other two guys are actually standing in? That's one way to become a quadriplegic. Oh wow, they just dived into water that's only up to their ankles. Congratulations, you've just broken your legs.
Well, that escalated quickly. Looks like you've got a problem with water
He's doing the slub squat. I am proud. I am proud. He's doing the slub squat. I am proud. I am so proud right now.
Tension there, pal. Alright, here's the deal. We're not okay with you hogging all the prize money, or with the fact that your plan revolved around putting our lives on the line. Slapping one of our own around doesn't sit well either. So if you want to keep at this, you're going to have to face all of us.
Well played, children. We withdraw. The slaughter of innocents was never our intention. Who can predict how his antimatter organs would react? Come along, Itona.
Wasn't that a fun way to while away the afternoon, class? And there's always room for one more.
Itona.
Thought we'd never get rid of those two.
We saved your bacon, didn't we? It's a good thing we're quick on our feet or you'd be a goner.
That's adorable. I still had a few tricks up my sleeve, just so you know.
I'm pretty sure the redhead guy, whose name I forgot, already figured out that he likes his students too much, and if they put themselves in the firing line, he'll try to save them. Karma. Yep, karma. If you look in the background earlier, that pervert had his mouth filled with water. He was going to spit on Itona. He sure has some kinks. People have kinks, man. And I can agree, if she's considered fat, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Being, and I'm not even calling it overweight, I'm just gonna call it chubby. Being chubby while you're growing up as a female is actually advantageous for you. Because while you're growing up, certain, let's call them assets, their size is determined while you're growing up. And they're comprised mainly of fat. And the way fat works is it's effectively like a container, like a storage container. And the more it's filled, the bigger it gets. And so by being overweight, certain assets will grow. And then over time later, when you hit your 20s and 30s, you can actually lose weight in your body. But those certain assets will stay that size. So if you're too skinny, they'll never actually grow. So as a female, your advantage is if you are a little bit chubby while growing up. And then lose weight later. Because once you grow up skinny, you won't be able to grow those assets later. It's been long since I listened to the outro song. The outro song is freaking awesome. Oh my god. Kira has joined the class. Oh my god. Kira has joined the class. It'd be funny if he uses the Death Note and collapses one of Sensei's hearts, but he's got 3. Like that time Kira tried to kill Cell with a Death Note. It's like, did you just give me a heart attack? It's like, one of my 3 hearts just stopped. But seriously, like, there is nothing wrong with being chubby growing up. Absolutely nothing wrong. In fact, being a little bit chubby is actually healthier than being skinny. Kira, Death Note. The thing is that actually, and you'll be shocked to hear this, if you have low body fat, you actually have a higher risk of dying. Because your body doesn't have the necessary body fat and nutrients just sitting there to fight diseases whenever you get sick. Having, like, to get a six-pack, you need below 6% body fat. And the healthy body fat range is around 12%. 10% is considered athletically lean. 15% is considered like athletic, and 15 to 20% is considered chubby. So sitting on 6, you're under half of what's considered healthy. Half. People that are really skinny and have a lot of muscle are mostly exposed to disease. Their life expectancy is also shorter. Imagine how little fat 8-pack guy has. Yeah, he'd be sitting on like 5%. Because to maintain that low level of body fat, you're depriving your body of access to nutrients as well. You could get them through tablets and subsidies and things like that, but you're going to be cutting corners somewhere, which is unhealthy. Does this mean that Dragon Ball characters are very unhealthy? No, they're just pumping steroids 24/7 without cycling. I mean, come on, man. You can't get that much muscle mass without steroids. It's physically impossible. It is physically impossible to get that much muscle without steroids. It's like some females having a muscle mass similar to males. It's physically impossible for females to have that much muscle mass because they lack the testosterone that males naturally have. It's just a fact. But Dragon Ball characters aren't human though. I disagree. Look at Yamcha or Master Roshi or Krillin. Have you seen Master Roshi when he's beefed up with muscles? That's impossible. That's like fucking impossible. Like the maximum you could get through humans, just look at natural bodybuilders and you'll see the type of bodies they have and then just compare them to the guys popping steroids. Look at the difference. The trick is look at the stomach, because when you take steroids, your organs also increase in size. That's why like the guys pumping steroids have big guts, because their lungs, their stomach, their kidney, all those organs that are housed in here come out. You know what you do when you're fighting a guy that's using steroids? You hit him in the gut. His organs are so big that they're bigger targets. You just strike them. Or you hit for the kidney here. There's no muscle there. No matter how big you are, strike in the kidney. And because it's so big, if you knee it, like, you guys remember that story when that guy basically kneed me in the kidney? I was fighting that sensei from that teaches the Chinese team in karate. And after like 2.5 minutes into the 3-minute fight, he managed to get a knee in my kidney. Fuck, man. When I was pissing for the next month, it hurt. That's how much damage one good kick in the kidney can do. And imagine if the person has bigger than average kidneys because of all the steroids he's taking. You could literally fucking destroy that thing. I'm currently overweight. So like I said about the thick girl, if she fat, I'm Honey Boo Boo's mum fat then. Don't know if you know her, but seeing as you liked South Park, they made fun of her. You probably know. Well, I was fat growing up. Like, I was always overweight. And for me, the turning point was, and I've told this story multiple times, I was living at university. It was my first year. This is just after I moved out. I think I was 18, 19. It was summer, very similar to now, and I started eating ice cream because it was hot. There was no aircon, you couldn't open the windows very much, and it was very hot, so I was eating ice cream. I was eating about 2 or 4 liters of cookies and cream ice cream a day. And I was always stepping on the scale every day, and like one day I was like 90 kilos, and then the next day or 2 days after that I was like 100 kilos. And then like I had to, like just fucking down my spine. I just had the world's biggest, what was it called? Like shiver down your spine or whatever. Like it just hit me. Almost like a sledgehammer hit me across the head. And I was like, holy fuck, I'm 100 kilos, right? And at the time I wasn't doing much. I was doing exercise, but I wasn't doing a lot of exercise. And then I just basically threw away the ice cream. I threw away like all the desserts, and I literally only started eating kangaroo meat, which is very high in protein, almost no fat. And the only source of sugar that I had was in fruit. And so I detoxed from processed sugar. I started binging fruit. I was binging sometimes half a kilo of apples and pears, which of course had a lot of sugar and calories, but it wasn't as bad as processed sugar. So, it took a while because the cravings were very strong. But eventually I ended up eating tuna, green peas and beans, kangaroo meat, and I started working out, training. Like I was working out in this room to the point that I was about to vomit. I was like doing push-ups every day, sit-ups, squats, all that sort of stuff, like every single day, because I was just in shock. I was like, holy shit, I hit 100 kilos. Like, this ain't good. And I just kept doing it. But because I was overweight, I was actually able to build body mass a lot quicker and a lot more body mass than the average person is able to. Like, the amount of muscle that I have on my body is actually quite a bit. It's not visible because I've still got a layer of fat over me, but when it comes to doing a high strenuous strength exercise like moving furniture or picking up, rocks or something, I've got quite a bit of muscle. Like, we were removing debris when I was helping my uncle renovate. And, these guys work on construction sites and stuff, and they're all big boys. And I was able to lift up buckets that were like 80, 90 kilos, multiple, and carry them around, And when it came time to like loading the back of the ute and the truck and things like that, I just like told the guys, let me do it. I'm like, man, lifting weights and carrying this shit it's a hobby for me. And so I was loading up the truck, and I'm talking 2-3 tons of rock. I was literally picking up stones, rock, brick, like big pieces, picking them up, literally carrying them upstairs like 20-30 steps, and then walking across the yard, putting it on the truck, then going downstairs, back and forth, and I'm talking like 2-3 tons. And I did this 2-3 trucks a day, and my legs were like killing my arms, my shoulders, but I loved it. Whereas these guys, like if they did, 3-4 trips, they'd be dead. But to fill that truck is probably like 10 trips. So you can imagine, well, it was probably like 15, 20 trips, but like you can imagine each trip is like 30, 40, 50 kilos. It's kind of annoying when they make jokes about weight in general, unless it's something like South Park, when they make fun of everything anyway. But seeing characters considered fat just made my eyes roll into outer orbit. Kids are cruel. Kids are cruel. It's similar to animals, how they make fun of anything that's different. And kids like to victimize, so they're not the ones being victimized. And typically kids don't know what impact it has until they're victimized, which is why I take a certain pleasure in victimizing people that victimize others. Like, I'm usually pretty chill in social settings, but if I spot someone making fun of someone, particularly their appearance, I sort of weaponize my OCD and I start pointing out all their imperfections. And I told you that story of that one time there was a girl, and this was kind of like one of those high society meetings. It was at like Sydney University. It was like a political meeting or something, and all these kids were like, from well-off families. And this one girl was making fun of someone else in the group, and she's like, I only associate with people that live in this postcode or some shit like that. And she was making fun of something someone was wearing. And I noticed something. I'm like, oh, that's very interesting. Do you wear that hairstyle and those glasses to move the fact that your eyes don't align properly? And then she just basically just like, like little shit like that. I pointed out something else too, but when someone's like that, give them a taste of their own medicine. And of course, that girl kind of ran off crying, and everyone is now aware. And once her friends are aware, once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's one of those things. There's always a bigger fish. But I'm sort of, I've been called fat growing up so much, like I accept the fact that I'm fat, but I also use it to my advantage because I know I can build body mass. So I tried losing weight. I dropped down to 80 kilos at one point, but I found that I had no balance. And even though I was 80 kilos, I still unfortunately had fat around my gut. And because I was 80 kilos, my body was struggling to maintain muscle. So my arm, my leg, chest, shoulder, back muscles were all struggling to maintain themselves. I still had a bit of a gut, and I had absolutely no balance. And this was leading up to a tournament because I was trying to get into the 70 to 80 division, which was middleweight division actually. And Hachi was like, dude, you need to eat, you're fucked. It just didn't work for me. So I was like, well, if I can't get rid of all this fat, right, I might as well use it. And so I went from trying to be skinny, which was something my body simply cannot achieve. My body cannot be skinny. I like a little after that, I ended up watching Batman The Dark Knight, and then I saw Bane. And then I was like, dude, that motherfucker's got arms, right? He's got those arms and he beats the shit out of Batman. And I'm like, I want those arms. Like, I want that strength. And then I was really thinking about, I really want to, get that much strength. When I was lifting, when I was doing curls, when I was pumping iron, I was always thinking, I was like, I want those muscles. I want those muscles. I want those muscles. And then after a little while, I could finally actually pull off the Bane pose, with like the tank top, and he puts his arms like this, and he tenses and his muscles are showing. And then I realized really quickly that he wasn't that muscly. I could actually pull off the Bane arms. My arms are very similar. All I need to do is actually go to the gym and pump a little bit. And then if you take a photo in that light, my arms look very similar to Bane's. And then I was watching a few interviews with Tom Hardy, and I actually found out that he actually used fat in order to make his muscles bigger than they actually were. Tom Hardy, the guy that played Bane. If you watch his movie Warrior, I haven't seen it, but he was ripped. He had a six-pack. He was muscly, but for his role as Bane, he ate like a truck to get a lot of body fat, and then he had muscle. So the fat is actually on top of the muscle, and it makes him look beefy. But muscle-wise, it's not all muscle. It's a mixture of muscle and fat. So you look like a power lifter rather than, like a bodybuilder. But it also took a huge toll on his body because he did it very quickly. He packed on a lot of weight that his frame couldn't handle. So even today, he has joint problems. His knees hurt, his ankles hurt, his shoulders hurt because he was packing so much weight that his body wasn't used to. Whereas me, being a fat kid growing up, I was always 80, 90 kilos. Even when I was 15, 16, my body is used to lugging around 90 kilos. It's been lugging around 90 kilos since I was 15, right? So when I pack 90 kilos, 100 kilos, but change the composition from fat to muscle, it doesn't matter to my body. If anything, packing the muscle is better because my body's not lugging around useless fat. It's lugging around muscle which it uses to move, as well as the muscles reinforcing the joints, which is when I got my knee injury. I stopped doing all physical activity for about a month or two to hopefully make it go away. It actually got worse. And I found out very quickly that the muscles around the knee, there's so many fucking muscles. I'm actually shocked. There's like half a dozen muscles around the knee joint that actually keep it in place. So I started doing these particular exercises which actually strengthen these muscles, and by strengthening these muscles, they actually push the joint where it needs to be, and they keep it there. So now I literally do like one foot squats. Like I go down as low as I can and I get up on 1 foot. Or you like sit on a chair that's really low, almost like a stool, and you get up with 1 foot, and that strengthens the knee muscle. Or basically, you know, just put one leg up and you're sort of like stretching it, but then you start doing squats leaning forward, right? And you're like squatting your body weight on one knee to reinforce the muscle, which keeps the knee in. And now my knee's like almost fine. I know it's not at the natural 100% than it was pre-injury, but because of all the muscles that have been strengthened around it, it keeps it in place, and there's no pain. The only time I get pain is when I don't actually do lower body exercises for a week, and I try to do something like climbing stairs. It almost feels like there's a knife in my knee. It actually really hurts. But if I'm doing these exercises, I can run up and down the stairs no problem. So now I've got a permanent incentive to do exercise because it's going to reduce pain from an injury that's probably going to be there for life, but it is what it is. So you can actually use you being overweight as an advantage. That being said, you should probably lower your body fat index, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's just bad. You just gotta exercise. Fat is just stored energy. Use it. Use it. And use lots of it. Go to town. You know, start climbing up and down stairs. Start walking. If you can, run, cycle. Find something you enjoy. Row. Find something you enjoy and do it. It's really therapeutic too. It's actually quite enjoyable. Kids making fun of weight is stupid and encourages kids watching to do the same. Kids are basically like animals. They'll fit in and follow what the herd does in order to not be ostracized from the herd. We like to consider ourselves better than animals, but really we're not. I usually fluctuate between being underweight and having average weight because of the autoimmune disease. I have a celiac, and it likes to make my body attack me and remove food from it. Fuck. I'm not familiar with that, but I'm sure you're on top of that by going to your doctor. But yeah, one time I saw two people carry a stone on their shoulders. Oh yeah. When we were doing, it's called an easement. When you connect the water pipes from one property to the main, we had to carry 400 millimeter pipes. And when they say 400 millimeter, like 400 millimeters is a 40 centimeter pipe. Like it's literally, imagine a 30 centimeter ruler being like this. Well, the pipe is like this, 40 centimeters, and it's round. And the pipe is like 12 meters long, and it's made of like PVC plastic, and it probably weighs 120 kilos minimum. And we had to carry this thing from on top of the street on the hill down the driveway all the way to the bottom of the block, which was a good more than 120 meters on our shoulders. It fucking hurts. And we had to carry multiple pipes to the point that I would lean it on my shoulder, and halfway through it would hurt so much from the weight that I would literally be semi-supporting it with my hands, taking some of the weight so not all of the weight would go on the shoulder. Like, man, if you've ever worked on a construction site, you'll understand. You'll know weight. You will know weight.
Hey, did I hand you a shrinking potion by accident? I could have sworn that was the gender swapping one.
Don't be hating. She's fun size, that's all. She doesn't even have to get on her knees to blow.
You want to add anything to that conversation?
Nope, I'm good. In fact, I think your new size makes you an even more formidable and stealthy ninja.